You know that little narrator we all have on our heads? The one that's constantly judging, worrying, planning? It just never seems to stop. But what if, just what if, there was a way to find some silence behind all that mental noise? Well, today, we're diving into the work of Eckhart Tolle to explore that very question. How do we find stillness?
Eckhart Tolle believes we've kind of lost touch with something really fundamental. We're just so wrapped up in doing and thinking and planning and remembering that we've totally forgotten what, every plant and every animal still knows. We've forgotten how to simply be.
So, if we're not being, where are we? Well, Tolle has a pretty powerful name for it, the prison of your mind. It's this place of nonstop chatter and anxiety. But, and this is the good news, he also shows us the key to get out.
I mean, have you ever really stopped to pay attention to it? That little inner monologue that's just always on, commenting and worrying about every single thing? That voice claims to be you, but Tolle says, hey, maybe we should take a closer look.
So Tolle gives this mind-made identity a name. He calls it the egoic self. And it's so important to get this. It's not who you really are. It's just a temporary mental pattern, kind of like a wave on the water. It's there one moment, and then it's gone the next.
So what is this I that we think we are actually made of? Well, it's basically a collection of things. Memories, fears, what we like, what we don't like, all the labels we've picked up over a lifetime. It's a self built entirely from the past, and it's always looking for some kind of completion in a future that never really comes.
Now this egoic self, it doesn't just sit there quietly. Oh no. It has some really active, really clever strategies to keep its grip on our attention, to keep us locked inside that prison of thought. Let's take a look at how it does it.
Okay, so here are a few of its favorite moves. Complaining, for example. It gives us that little hit of superiority, right? That feeling of being right. Creating conflict? Well, that solidifies our identity by creating an us versus them situation. And for some of us, playing the victim becomes a core part of who we are, built on a foundation of old resentments. Each one of these patterns just strengthens the illusion of a separate self.
Desire. Now this is one of the ego's most powerful tools. Just think about a really strong craving you've had for food, for success, whatever. That feeling can pull us so completely into our own minds that we become totally unconscious, just lost in the state of wanting.
But here's the really fascinating part. Tolle says we can actually use these urges to wake up. So on one side, you have the automatic reaction, the mind just takes over and we get pulled deeper into that unconscious state. But on the other side, you have conscious observation. You simply become the space for that feeling, just watching it without any judgment. And in that moment, the very thing that was a trap, it becomes a tool for awakening. How cool is that?
So what is the key that unlocks the prison door? It's not about fighting your mind or trying to force your thoughts to stop. The answer is something much simpler and way more powerful: awareness.
This right here, this is the fundamental shift. The moment you realize you can hear the voice in your head, you know you can't be the voice. You are the consciousness that is aware of it. You are not the thinker. You are the silent awareness that's just behind the thinker.
And this is the freedom Tolle is talking about. It's not some new set of beliefs you have to adopt. Nope. It's the direct discovery of a silent, still space of awareness that has always been there, just hiding right beneath the noisy surface of our thoughts. Okay, that sounds great, but how do we actually do this in our day-to-day lives? Tolle suggests that one of the most direct and, frankly, beautiful paths back to that stillness is waiting for us right outside our door: nature. I don't just mean identifying it, oh, that's a rose, but have you ever truly looked at it? Have you ever just sat with it and let that simple, silent being teach you its secrets?
You see, nature is our greatest teacher because it exists in a state that we've totally forgotten. A tree doesn't worry about its self-image. A flower exists in perfect harmony with everything around it. It is just itself. And when we truly observe this, we start to feel that same deep peace bubbling up from inside us.
The key to this whole practice is just to let go of our mind's constant habit of naming and labeling everything. The moment you look at a tree without the thought tree, you can begin to sense its deeper essence, that quiet dignity and sacredness that your thinking mind just can't grasp.
And you know what? You don't even need to be in a forest to do this. The air you're breathing right now, that's nature. The simple act of breathing is nature happening inside you. So by simply becoming aware of your breath, you connect with the intelligence of life in the most profound and intimate way possible.
Which leads us to the final and maybe the most important question.
After all the thinking, all the wanting, all the struggling, when that noisy mind we thought was us finally falls silent, what is left? That quiet, aware presence that remains? Eckhart Tolle suggests that's your true self.